Hey, this is Mike. Here it is, the 2016 Toyota Tacoma SR5. I am in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, visiting Sparks Toyota, the greatest and best Toyota dealership in the entire universe, according to me. But let's go ahead and check it out. This one has the optional 3.5 liter V6 that bumps up the horsepower up to 278, and it has the which I'll show you in a minute, the from the factory GoPro Mount. So we're gonna check that out. That's really excites me since I'm into cameras and stuff. So let's go ahead and check it out. 16-inch steel wheels with the hand-cooked tires, and you have the ventilated disc brakes here in the front and drum brakes in the back. And since this is a double cab, you have plenty of room there in the back seat, which will show you all that stuff. There's your drum brakes and your steel wheels, painted steel wheels. Let's take a look here in the front. You have the halogen projector headlights here in the front with the reflector high beams, and then the halogen fog lights there at the bottom. And check out that front end. Really awesome looking with the chrome, and then they have the satin black accents there. Really awesome with the 2016 model. We're going to check out everything. So this is what the key looks like. It's pretty traditional by today's standards, but you do have the lock and unlock buttons and the panic button there. Then you have the Toyota emblem there on the back. So let's go ahead and make sure it's unlocked by pushing the unlock button. And let's go ahead and check it out. Before I open the door, just want to show you the window sticker here in case you want to use the pause button and get some more information. Okay, so let's take a look on the inside. Really like that Barcelona red, especially in the sun. Okay, so here is the passenger door. You have a combination of gray and black with the metallic accents there. Have a bottle holders there at the bottom, and you can put some other stuff. A little bit of a storage pocket here, and it has a little bit of a carpet in the very bottom, which is cool. Soft to the touch, all in here. And you have your window controls, your door lock controls there. There's your threshold. Pretty good height off the ground, so you might want to get some steps if you want to. You also have a handle there to get in. So there's your gray cloth seats. Pretty comfortable. Not too fancy, but they do have some decent bolsterings here on the side, so when you're maybe going off-road or whatever, you do have the ability to, it does kind of keep you seated in positions you don't bounce around too much. Manual adjustments on the seats here. Lockable glove compartment. You open it up and you see it has this little shelf system in there, which is pretty cool. Help keep it organized. I know my glove compartment is a total disaster, mess. You have the Tacoma carpeted floor mats there, which look pretty cool. Let's take a look here in the back. You see it has the privacy glass, which works quite well. You can see out very good, but seeing in, see it kind of stops the light. Okay, so here's the inside of the back door. Pretty good sized door for a vehicle this size, but look at there. I put the front seat all the way back so you can see about the amount of floor leg space you have there. It's not too bad. I can get in there, I can sit comfortably. It's a little bit cramped, my knees will touch the back of the seat, but you know, it's not that bad. Also, not everybody has to have the front seat all the way back. They can, you know, be in a more normal position like that. Okay, now these seats do fold up like this, so you can access the storage pockets under here. So there's your jack and stuff, but you have storage pockets on both sides, so you can put some stuff underneath the seat and utilize that space for storage, which is pretty awesome. And also you have the ability to lower this seat, and you have even more storage space behind the seats, which is awesome. Lots and lots of little cubby spaces there that's completely out of the way. Let's take a look here in the back. So you have the Tacoma name in the tailgate there, right pressed into the metal. You have the V6 emblem. So you have the towing package down here, and your 4- and 7-way plugs are right there, easy to get to. And I like the fact they're above the bumper, not below the bumper, so that way there's less mud and stuff getting on them. You have the chrome accents there on the outside with the black on the inside, which I really like. Backup camera is hidden right here with the handle, and you have a lockable tailgate, and this is a removable tailgate, so you don't want anybody stealing it, so it's a good idea to lock it. Now it also lowers fairly slow, has a little bit of an assisted up and down, and it is removable. You see the space there to remove it, and you can remove that cable right there. So this is a 5-foot composite bed, so it's not just a bed liner, it's a whole composite bed here from different materials to give a really good durability surface, but also not too heavy. So you have some tie down spots here on the sides, and the tie downs are actually inside the vehicle. And then you have these neat little storage places here for some tools or whatever out of the way, and they're not lockable. I don't know if Toyota offers a lockable door for these or not, but it would be handy if they were lockable. But you can put some stuff in there if you need to. Okay, so let's take a look on this side, and your fuel door is actually on the driver's side, which is very convenient, and it's my preference. So it's not a lockable door, but you can get a lockable cap if you wanted to, and it has the cap with the tether system here to keep you from losing the cap. But maybe I'm overlooking it, but I don't actually see a place to hang the cap to where it doesn't dangle and scratch your paint, because we've got some nice Barcelona red paint. We don't want to scratch it with the cap. I guess the only thing I could think of is maybe right like that to keep it from falling down. Maybe that was the intention, I'm not really sure, but it seems like it works pretty good. So that would be my suggestion. Maybe if there's another way to secure the cap, then let me know in the comment section. Okay, so let's take a look on this side just to kind of get another point of view. And then under the seat here we have the storage pocket, just like the other side, and it's all plastic on the inside there, so it's very durable and easy to clean out. You also have some storage space behind the seat on this side, just like the other side, and it's separated. Take a look at the headliner here. It has a manually sliding glass there, in case you want to open that up. So starting the truck is pretty traditional. You just put the key in and turn it. So let's take a look under the hood. Check out the engine. Don't forget, I'm going to show you where the Gopro mount is. But before we get to that, to open the hood, just a little bit to the right of center of the emblem there is a little lever which you can move to the left, and it's a fairly heavy hood. I'm assuming it's steel since it's so heavy, and it lifts up. You do have to use a prop to hold it up, but there's your engine. 3.5 liter V6, 278 horsepower. It's covered up with plastic for the most part. Maybe you can see around it, but 265 pound-feet of torque, mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. You see a little bit of engine around the plastic. Let's take a look at the driver's door. It's basically just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. You have your power window controls here. Your front driver's side is an automatic window going down. So I can just push it one time, goes down. Going back up, I have to hold it. It won't just automatically go up. I can hold it, it goes up. I guess that's a safety feature. You can lock out the rear windows from being rolled up and down with this button here in case you have some kids in the back. Power door locks are here, and your side mirrors are controlled with this little joystick. You just pick a side and adjust them. All right, so your manual adjustments here on the driver's seat as well. Your cargo light, which illuminates the bed of your truck, your bed light, you can turn that on or off. You can also have it to where the door activates it, so you can have that off, have it to where it turns on with the doors open, or you can have it on. Either way you want it. You have a little storage pocket right here. So before I put my shade up, I just want to show you the GoPro mount I was telling you about. GoPro, you can put your GoPro there on the windshield. It's just a little bit to the right of the rear view mirror. It's right here. So there's your rear view mirror, and it's up there on the windshield, so you can record your driving. And I think that's awesome. I think more manufacturers should include camera mounts in and around the vehicle, outside, inside, everywhere, because it doesn't cost that much, and it really makes it a lot easier and handy for people to record, and everybody wants to record stuff. So great job, Toyota. All right, let's check out the inside, a little bit more detail. Got plenty of room, very comfortable seat, and really interesting simplistic design. Very simple. Everything is simple, looks really high quality. Love it. So let's take a look here at the steering wheel. The steering column is a tilt and telescoping steering column, and then you have the little lever down here to lock it in place, like so. So the steering wheel is a dimpled leather here on the sides. Very high quality, tight leather feeling, and then you have a textured leather here at the very top. Very comfortable steering wheel, and just high quality. Has the good thickness so it doesn't dig into your hands too much while you're driving. And you have significant bolsters there on the sides. So the buttons here on the left are for your radio. There's your volume, plus and minus, and then you can change through, say, your radio stations up and down, and then you have a voice recognition button there. You also have a mode which will cycle through AM, FM, satellite radio, that kind of stuff. And then your Bluetooth phone buttons are down here. You can answer and hang up calls there. And here on the right side, before we get into these buttons, I'm going to just show you down here is your cruise control. You just have a on and off button here on the end. You just push it on. It'll give you a little indicator up here that it's on, little green indicator there. And once it's on, you can set it by pushing it down. You can change your speed by going up and down, and you can cancel it by pulling it in. So that's your cruise control. It's a little bit hidden from the camera, but it's very easy to use, easy to get to with your hands. Okay, so you have your headlight controls here. You have on, parking light, daytime running light, and then off. And then your fog lights are controlled here. Your windshield wiper and washer controls are there on the right side. So these buttons here on the right, these correspond with your little menu system between your gauges. So let's go ahead and check out the gauges. Really awesome backlit numbers there with the black background, and it's like a kind of like a bluish color, I guess you can say. So there on the left we have your RPMs and your engine coolant temperature. On the right side we have your speedometer with your gas gauge. But right here in the center we've got this screen which looks very easy to read and crisp. You have some mountains there in the background with some blue there. Outside temperature 81 degrees, so it has a digital thermometer. There's your odometer and then what gear you're in. But right here in the center is the information I'm talking about. Right now we're looking at a digital speedometer and a distance to empty, which is super handy, and that's probably where I'd leave it all the time. But if I wanted to change that, I'm going to scroll to the right and left so you can see the little tabs there. They're kind of like this is like a menu system here, okay? So I'm going to go back to here, and you notice it has this scroll bar there on the right, just like you would see in a computer. So I'm going to scroll down there so we can get your average fuel economy there, and then your trip distance, elapsed time, you have a blank screen in case you want it, and then it goes back to your original screen. Scrolling to the right goes into an whole nother menu system. This is for your radio, which the radio is turned off. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on so you can see what it shows you. It just shows you what your radio is doing basically. Scrolling to the right again, this gives you your information about your vehicle. So right now is your tire pressure on each tire, which is pretty awesome. Scrolling to the right will be any stored messages, and then you can set up the screen in the settings screen there. But definitely this would be my recommended screen right there. And you know, say the tire pressure and stuff like that, you don't actually have to go in there and check it all the time. It'll alert you if there's anything out of spec. But it looks really good, especially those mountains. I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom in there. That looks really cool. You've got those mountains there in the background. Really crisp, easy to read. Then you have some little bit of a like rocks or something there in the background. Looks really awesome. Okay, so you have this non-reflective dashboard, which is really awesome. It keeps the light from reflecting in your face, which will have the shade up, so we don't have to deal with the sun too much. So here's your center stack, and you have your really easy to use articulating vents here, which is really awesome. So there's your radio. It's a touch screen, and it has a CD player here at the very top. You have your phone button, and you can, you pick what you want. Right now we're in the radio screen. We can hit source, and you can see there's lots of different ways of playing music through the sound system. You have AM, FM, satellite radio, you have audio, Bluetooth audio, so you can play music wireless through your phone or something like that. You also have a USB auxiliary, and of course the CD player. So those are all different options that you can use to play music through the sound system. So, and also you have your presets there on the left there, and you can adjust the sound, bass, treble, and where you want the majority of the sound to go to. Apps is where you'd find all the different options here on the touchscreen. So your audio, we saw that. You can pair your phone in the phone menu. You'll have some messages there. You can set up now the weather and traffic. They will get information through different sources. So like right now the weather has to have an HD signal. The traffic, I think, uses information through your cell phone. I'm not really sure, but there's lots of different settings you can go into and fine tune whatever you want. And then the home screen gives you a combination of your phone and your radio screen there. So you can get like a caller ID that shows up. And of course it has a traditional volume knob and tune through the stations there. Your full wave emergency flashers button is there. And you have your climate control. Very simple. I mean, it's very simple, easy to use. Your fan speed, your temperature, where you want the air to blow. And that's about it. I mean, that's all you really need in a truck like this. Then you have your heated side mirrors here. You can turn those on if you want to. And so down here we have a power supply, 12 volt power supply. Your USB and auxiliary inputs are here. And this is an interesting button, the ECT, electronic controlled transmission power button. You just push that button and it will give you an indicator up here that it's on. And this, basically, you're just telling the vehicle that you want more power out of the transmission. So it's going to hold your shift points a little bit higher, and it's basically going to diminish your fuel economy a little bit, but it's going to just give you a little bit more power using the gear ratios in the transmission. Okay, so let's take a look here. We've got the storage area, which is really nice for cell phones and different things. Then you have your cup holders with the little articulating things right here that fill in the spot for different size cups. There's your parking brake, another cup holder and a little storage pocket there. So here's your shifter. It's very comfortable, easy to use. It looks pretty sporty with a little boot there at the bottom. And let's go ahead and put it in reverse so we could check out the backup camera. It pops up right here. We have some guidelines there, and you can look at that. You can see the bumper to the sky, side to side. Definitely don't have any excuse for hitting anything if you back up into something. Alright, there's neutral, there's drive. This is your normal drive position, and it'll basically cycle through all the gear ratios for you automatically, but you can always manually adjust through the gear ratios if you need to by pushing it over here in sport mode, and you can shift through the gears. So you'll know what gear you're in. It has a big number right there, so you can, as you bump it up and down like a ratchet shifter, you'll be able to see very clearly, real big number. So it's a 6-speed automatic transmission, and you can cycle through the gears just like that. It's pretty cool. And I like the way they have the little chrome trim there around the cup holder and stuff like that. So your armrest is right here, and it's a pretty good size armrest. You also have a cup holders there in the back for the back seat drivers, and also the front people can use them as well. So this armrest, this lifts up, and you have a little place to put a pen under here, and there's your storage pocket. You also have a power supply, 12-volt power supply in there as well. So that's kind of like the junk drawer of the vehicle. Okay, so the rearview mirror has the manual day and night mode. Just flipping that. Place to put your shades is right here. It actually blocks that little bit of sunlight that comes through there if you want to. That's a pretty good thing. I think I would do that sometimes. Your traction control, like right now, because the sun's shining through. Traction control button is here. You can turn that off if you need to. It's always on unless you turn it off, and the only time you really want to turn it off is if you need to spin tires for some reason. Your interior lights, you have the tap lights here for a quick reading light. You also have the ability to turn all your interior lights on, including your dome light here. But you can put it in the center position to where it will, the lights will turn on with the door, and then you can have that turned off if you want to, like that. There's your microphone for your Bluetooth system right there. So here is your visor, and it has a light with a mirror, and has the ability to slide out like so you can really get on the side a little bit better. Same thing on that side. Okay, so let's take a look at the visibility here in the back. You see that? Not too shabby, especially considering you have a backup camera to help you out. Alright, so what do you think of the new 2016 Toyota Tacoma SR5? I love it. I think it's awesome. I'd love to take this bad boy out on a road trip or something. That'd be awesome. So anyways, if you have any questions or comments, maybe you own one of these trucks and you want to weigh in on your experience with it, that'd be fantastic. It'd really help out everybody as far as making an informed decision. So thank you for watching, and thank you to Sparks Toyota for allowing me to show off an awesome truck, and I'll see you guys next time.